Okay guys, let's talk dupes. Now I'm not talking about fakes, I'm not talking about replicas. I'm talking about bags that look similar to or have a similar vibe to more expensive bags, but are from different companies. They're not trying to put on the same logo as that company. They're not trying to pretend to be that company, but they're just priced much cheaper and give you the similar vibe. Tell me, are you a fan of dupes? Because I know I definitely am for bags that I know I definitely can't afford. And today I'm going to show you my dupes for Hermes bags and Chanel bags. Okay, so let's start off with Hermes. So for me, the Hermes Kelly is one of my dream bags. Number one, completely out of my price range. Now I am a vintage lover and I'm hoping one day to be able to buy a vintage Hermes Kelly. Now I haven't found the right one at the right price point, because even vintage secondhand, they're still really pricey, and I'm in Australia and our Australian dollar is not that strong. So even though in American dollars the price sounds a bit better, in Australian dollars the price sounds horrible to me even at vintage prices. So currently dupes for me are the way to go. Now guys, starting with my first Hermes Kelly dupe. Dun, 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 dun. This is my dupe for the mini Kelly, and I got this bag from Temu and it only cost me about 12 Australian dollars. So just mull over that. 12 Australian dollars. That's like what, $8 US? Look at this gorgeous little baby here. So she's black. She looks very much similar to the Hermes Kelly. Again, she's not a replica. She's not a fake. She doesn't have any Hermes stamping. She's got feet on the bottom. For like a $12 Australian or $8 US bag, feet on the bottom, great. I love the look of the sangles. I'm just a sangle lover. But I don't like to have it clipped because I just find it way too cumbersome to get it in and out of the bag. Like if I had to do this, like number one, I have to pinch this to bring it out and then clip it. And then if I have to do this every time I want, and then, you know, get my stuff out, too many steps. I'm a KISS kind of girl, and KISS stands for keep it simple, stupid. That is me. I like to keep everything simple. So I like to just have my sangles hanging down. Step one, step two. That's enough steps for me. I don't need all those other steps getting in and out of my bag. So this was actually my first purchase off Temu. So I haven't bought off Temu lately because their prices went up a lot. And I mean, there's a lot of sort of negative feedback about them. And I don't use their app. I just shop on their website because I don't want all that data scraping happening on the app. It's not for me. Okay, so that is dupe number one of the Hermes Kelly Mini. And she looks so good both on the shoulder and top handle. Guys, crossbody, on the shoulder, top handle. This is a cute little stinking bag. So I was really happy with this dupe. Okay, so Hermes Kelly dupe number two. Dun, dun, dun. Now, if you guys saw my fall handbag collection video, she was actually featured in it because I was wearing it all fall in Australia. Now, I was really surprised I reached for the bag of this color scheme, baby blue with silver hardware in fall weather, because guys, I just really love this interesting look. This is a dupe for the Kelly Desordre. I'm butchering that, I'm sorry. It is like the distorted Kelly that came out. So this is what the real distorted Kelly looks like. And this is the Temu version. Again, we're not talking fakes, we're not talking replicas. There's no stamping on here. I just thought this is such an interesting design. You get one sangle on each side. You get a flap on each side. So you get one big compartment, which is where I put all my main stuff usually. And this has been a great dog walking bag. And then on the other side, you can put anything that's small that you don't really want to reach for. Now, one negative I will say about this bag is because there's a flap on each side with this turn lock, no matter which way you wear it, there will always be one side where the turn lock's hitting your body. So that is one downside. Now, she also has feet. Now, I bought this for 25 Australian dollars from Temu. So that's like, what, 18 US dollars, 18 to 20 US dollars. That is such a good price. So again, Temu prices have gone up, so I haven't really bought anything from them lately. But again, gorgeous, gorgeous dupe, and you can only wear it like long strap. There is no top handle. You could attach your own top handle here if you wanted to, but I think it just looks great the way it is. So just crossbody or on the shoulder. It's really edgy, so wearing it casual, no problem. And if you wanted to dress up with it, it'll just make you look more unique. And I'm really surprised I liked the silver hardware. If you've seen my collection before, if you've watched my channel before, you would know I don't have any silver hardware in my collection. Once upon a time, I had a Louis Vuitton pochette accessoires. It was in the black Epi Electric Noir with silver hardware. I ended up selling it because I just never reached for that bag. And I thought it was because I didn't like silver hardware. But then I got this bag and I realized, oh yeah, this goes. So maybe just that bag combination wasn't working for me. But now I'm like, oh, okay, I am more open to silver colored hardware. Okay, now Kelly dupe number 3. Dun, 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 dun. This is my dupe for the Kelly gold on gold size 28. Now this is a leather bag from a brand called Intermood. Now this brand is being sold on Temu at the moment. And I didn't like the price on Temu. And if you watch my channel, you know I just revealed this bag. And I actually found it. So it was like between $50 to $70 Australian on Temu. And I found it for 30 from the same seller. 30 Australian dollars from AliExpress. So I jumped on that. That includes the shipping and that includes the taxes. And I'm really happy. And guys, this bag, so it says on the tag, Togo leather as the top layer, and then it's like a synthetic mix for the rest of the body of the bag, and then inside it's a fabric lining. So for 30 Australian dollars, I'm really happy with this bag, and it has such great attention to detail. So number 1, feet. Yes, we love feet. Like I haven't even taken the blue protective film off yet. And what I love about the bag is just the little details on the hardware. So they have imprinted the name of the brand into both sides of each strap clasp. So it's on the front and the back. How gorgeous is that? You've got the brand imprinted into the back of the bag. You have the brand imprinted into the buckle of the bag, and you get a strap keeper. Guys, I love a strap keeper. Some designer bags you pay thousands for, and then your strap's just like flopping. To me, it makes the bag look cheaper when it flops, less neat, less sophisticated. I mean, when you pay for a designer bag, can't they just make the strap keeper? Like, come on. It's just a little bit of leather, a little bit of extra work for the thousands we're paying. Do we not deserve strap keepers? And for me, I love this as my dupe for the Hermes Kelly 28. I used it today dog walking, and we're coming into summer. I can fit my bottle of water. 600 mils is the standard size. I can fit my bottle of water lying down, no problem. Love this bag. And I might even buy it in the other color if it's on sale. Okay, so Hermes Kelly dupe number 4. Dun, 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 dun. So this is a 30 centimeter size bag. So between the Kelly 28 and the Kelly 32. And this is from a now defunct or dying Australian brand called Mon Purse. So Mon Purse used to be really popping at one stage. It went international, and they were known for being able to allow the customers to build their own bag. And this was actually their most popular design. This was called the top handle bag. So back in the day, you were able to pick your own color scheme. You could have bi-color, you could have one solid color. You were able to pick whether or not you wanted a mixture of suede and leather. If you got the custom one, you also got feet. Mine didn't have feet. And it's got this really nice clasp here, really easy to use. No back pocket like a Kelly. Now mine doesn't have feet, but there were many models that did have feet when you got them custom made, and they were expensive back in the day. So they were like 500 Australian dollars, and this is like a contemporary brand, and they even made it into Bloomingdale's. They ended up fizzling out, you know, after a while. And I think what happened was, so I bought this secondhand on eBay. So I think I actually bought this off an influencer who was gifted the bag, because they were selling it for 170 Australian dollars. So that's how much I paid for it as compared to the retail price, which was like $500. But now when I think about it, they probably got it for free. They were probably gifted the bag, and then they just made $170 from me, which at the time I was like, well, I don't have to pay $500, so that's great. The bag actually hasn't really held up that well over the years. So I think I got this bag in 2019, but as you can see, the sides have really kind of started. It used to be like a more structured bag, and the sides have started collapsing. So even though it's stuffed, you can see the waviness of the bag shape now. So this is what she looks like on the inside. So you get 1, 2, 3 main compartments and a slip compartment here. And you get a crossbody strap. Now my one does not come with a strap keeper. And it just, I don't know, for me it just looks ugly. Like compare that to how this strap looks with the strap keeper. It just, come on guys. We need a strap keeper. Now this is a leather bag as well, but the one thing that Mon Purse did was, I think they actually sourced the leather from Turkey, but to make themselves sound better, they would say made in Europe. I don't even, it says there in the gold foil stamping, made in Europe, but you can't really see it. And they used to monogram the bags for you. But it's now, I think what happened was they just put the brand into liquidation and then they just sold the stock. I think is what happened. Okay, so that's my 4 Kelly dupes. We've got the mini, we've got the 28, we've got the 30, we've got the distorted, all 4 different dupes. Okay guys, so let's move over to Chanel. I have been a fan of the Chanel Vintage Diana for the longest time. And I really wanted to buy one, but in the 2020 era, the price just went up and up and up and up and up. So I ended up not buying one because honestly, I wasn't wanting to pay $4,000 or $5,000 for a vintage Chanel bag that wasn't even a classic flap. Not that I'm a bigger fan of classic flaps, because I'm not. But for me, it's just like, oh, because I saw it when it was cheaper, when it was like even under $1,000, and I didn't pull the trigger at that time, and then I couldn't stomach those high prices. So in the end, I missed out. I've never bought a vintage Diana, and I just admire it from afar. So what happened was, I saw a dupe of it on Shein. This was back in 2020, I think. So this was only like 23 Australian dollars at the time. And so I jumped on it. This has the basic vibe of the Diana, but with one extra bonus. So the Diana was re-released in about 2015, I think, or somewhere around there. And the newer version actually has double grommet, so you can double up the chain, whereas the vintage one does not. So this dupe actually has the functionality of the more modern Diana. So I thought that was great. So this is what it looks like on the inside. Just one main compartment, and you do get this zipper, but I never use the zipper. Now I was so obsessed with the vintage Diana that when I found this dupe, I bought it in white. I bought it in pink. And I bought it in black. Guys, am I crazy or what? They were about 25 Australian dollars each. Now, when I first bought them, I did wear them. But actually, I haven't touched them in like the last 2 years. So they've just been sitting in my cupboard. Now, having said that, because they're like, you know, PU, polyurethane, like plastic bags. Considering they've been sitting in the cupboard, they haven't like deteriorated or gotten moldy, because we get a lot of dampness problems in Australia when we have those really big rains and we have mold problems. So they've held up pretty well. And the one thing I like about it is, even though it's PU, they made the effort to make it like quilted. So I still get that quilting effect there, which I love. Okay, now my next Chanel dupe is this. So this is like a dupe for a certain style of the reissue bag. Now this is one of those rubber bags. This was actually really popular like a couple of years ago, where people were buying these, or jelly bags. People were buying these rubber jelly bags, especially to do things like go to concerts, or where they wanted their bag to be able to be hard wearing. So I could take this and get this wet, no problem. And it has like a metallic finish on it. Has like a plasticky smell, but come on, it's rubber. And it's got this gold sort of reissue style chain there. Really simple design. Just this one compartment, and you even get like this divided compartment there. So I thought, hey, for a rubber bag, this was like 28 Australian dollars from Shein. So guys, if you're someone who's on a super tight budget Shein is already known for being a place to get dupes. I think a lot of the same sellers on Shein also are on Temu now. I'm not sure. But for me, I shop Temu using the website, not the app. It could be the same problem with Shein in terms of the data scraping. But from what I've heard, I don't know, it's actually worse with Temu because they were from like the same parent company as an app that was actually taken off Google Play Store from a company called Pinduoduo. So there's a bit of like a there with the app. So I know a lot of people have been shopping Temu, so you might want to consider whether or not you want the app off your phone and just use the website. Okay guys, so tell me down below, are you a fan of dupes? Are you a fan of affordable dupes? Or are you actually like, no, I'd rather just not spend the money on the dupes. I'd rather save up the money and get something that's the real deal because the dupes are just a waste of money and are a distraction. Tell me your thoughts on dupes, and if you have dupes, which dupes you have and which bags they're dupes of. I'd love to hear about your collection in the description box down below.